Welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. Thank you for joining me for this special message on November the 11th, 2023. Happy November the 11th. This is said by many to be the luckiest day of the year, especially when it comes to manifesting and bringing new things into your life. What makes it so special is that in numerology, 1 is a master number, and that is a number that promotes personal growth, spiritual enlightenment, and also abundance. And also 1 represents the beginning of all creation. So this is where it begins. It is also a teacher number, and it can represent coming into alignment with your higher self. One way to look at it is 1 represents the individual or the I am. So when you have 11, that means you have 2 individuals represented standing together. And when the 2 are together, it's like 2 pillars or portals that are standing next to each other, and it creates an opening to another world or a higher dimension. And this does make some sense, actually, because if you think about your life here on Earth, it's not just about you going through just learning all about yourself. It's about how you interact with other people. When you're with others, how it creates these wonderful opportunities for growth and development and learning more about each other and the world around you. So we really do need other people around us. So 1111 is a wonderful portal. It's an opening to a whole new thing. So the time of 1111 offers us the opportunity to manifest new things and ascend higher in our thought consciousness. 1111 is also an angel number. You've probably been seeing it a lot on the clocks and the radios and stuff. It shows up. I've been noticing it in the morning and also the evening. I'm just like really honed in on that right now. And all this is for a reason. It's the angels' way of telling us they're with us. This is all great. There's a lot of great things ahead for us. It's a time for manifesting something new. Now, when I say manifestation, I want to go a little broader with that. I realize that in the law of attraction, we learn to manifest things and bring them into our life. I'd like to think a little broader in that it's not just manifesting things into our life, but also a time for us of manifesting things through our life. All of the downloads or transmissions and things that you've been receiving, it's for a reason. It's about helping to transform you into something different. And that is also a form of manifestation. So for this reading, I want to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to pull in 1 specific type of energy, and it's dragon energy. And I've not really worked with dragon energy in my readings. I've done fairies and mermaids, different things, but never specifically dragon. So I'm going to use a dragon oracle deck to set the tone, and then a dragon tarot deck for the main reading. So setting the stage is the orange gold dragon from Arcturus, and this is a 7th dimension dragon. The card says it opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future, be a guiding light. On this and for this reading, what I really have picked up strongly from this message is this is about you transforming or manifesting into a teacher, a mentor, some type of a leadership role model. That's what this is about. And that's what I think all of the transmissions and the changes that you've been going through is preparing you for this moment, especially if you're a light worker. I've said in many readings that sometimes in the light workers, you're going to be put in a dark place because you're the 1 spark of light there and you've been equipped and trained for it, and that's your role. So I think that has the same effect in what's coming forward in this reading. Now, Arcturus is one of the most advanced star systems in this galaxy. It's also said to be a prototype of Earth's future. So you've chosen to incarnate into this time period for the purpose of helping usher in the Earth into a new golden age. That's why you're here. You may not remember that's why you came, but that is why you're here. And so this is a time to start stepping forward into that new role and saying, this is your divine destiny. This is why you're here. And I hope that this reading provides information that you need to help you feel comfortable and confident to do that. So all those downloads you've been getting, it hasn't just been for fun. It's been for a reason. And you've been learning a lot. Whether you remember in your dreams or not, you've been doing something. And so I think this has been happening to upgrade you for the new improved model. And the upgrades mean more information, more knowledge, more responsibility. So it's now time to stand in and instruct from your own power. You've got this. The first tarot card is the opportunity being presented, and this is the Sire of Wands, or the King of Wands. Now, dragons are fire. Wands are also fire, and wands represent the use of passion, ambition, drive, energy, inspiration to create new things. Think of Harry Potter, and he had his magic wand, and the way he used to use it, he would say certain words and make things happen. So the Sire of Wands is an authority and a natural leader who has complete authority over his creative energy and manifesting power. He's well trained on this one. He's the ruler of this, and he's got it down. He's admired for his creativity, his boldness, his confidence. He's also fearless when it comes to standing up for and speaking out on things he knows to be true. Now, is that somewhat like you? Are you known for your creativity and for your boldness, and you speak your truth, and people know if they come to you, they're going to get the truth from you? Or are you kind of timid and shy, and you know what the answer is, but you just are a little too afraid to say it? Be thinking about that, because I believe that this reading is going to show you that it's now time to start speaking up. So the Sire of Wands also, he doesn't let his ego get the best of him. He's well balanced in how he uses his ability to lead others. Now, we all deal with people with egos. They learn something new and they're very excited about it and they want to share it. And sometimes they come across a little more harsh than others, but their hearts are in the right places. And the Sire of Wands, he's kind of got that all balanced. Probably when he was younger, he was a page or something, and he might have been a little more rambunctious, but now he's the Sire, and he's well practiced in what he's doing. So you have an opportunity coming forward that calls for you to step into a leader role and a guide, to lead, to teach, or to mentor someone that could be stumbling right now. And perhaps you already have that person or that group in front of you. And this reading is just to raise your awareness to say, look at that a little more closely. They're there for a reason. You're there for a reason. Perhaps you are the one that's meant to help them to move forward and to be in that teacher role. Now, what's a possible barrier that's blocking you from just stepping out there and doing that? And that's the Two of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are about earth, and they symbolize the tangible, the material things of life. These are the things that we go shopping for and we have to have. And the law of attraction, largely with a lot of people, the way you hear it, it's the earth type things that they're going for. New house, new car, all of the material trappings, and they are traps of life that they're going for, and they're wanting to manifest that. So that's Pentacles represent the earth. They also relate to our skills, our stability in material ease, our health, and our overall abundance in life. So this card shows two dragons playing on a beach with a stormy backdrop behind them. And there's a ship back there kind of, making its way through there and possibly having a struggle with all the waves. But the two dragons are just playing away. They don't care, not a care in the world. They're having fun with their two pinnacles. So is it possible that you could be ignoring the world around you and attempting to continue on with life as you prefer it to be, even though you might be feeling, there's something you're supposed to be doing, but you're putting it off because it's just a lot of work that you're going to have to do? It's possible that you're not going to be popular. People are going to say things, and it's like, it's so outside of your comfort zone because it's a brand new thing and maybe you're not ready. So be aware of that, and think about the things that you're doing to kind of occupy your time to keep you from doing things that you know you might need to be doing right now. So there's a world out there that's struggling to find their way. And it's possible that you have the answers for those around you, but they don't even know how to ask. They don't know who to ask. And they could be feeling something that they don't even understand. Our world is kind of challenged right now. A lot of people are unhappy and they don't always know why. They don't understand why they feel the way they do, where the emotions are coming from. And it's possible that you do, and you might be able to help them, to give them some answers. So think about that. The Two of Pentacles indicates that you might be struggling right now as well, or juggling, I'll say, finding time between work and life balance. Now, this one comes through really strongly for me on this, because when I say work-life balance, I'm thinking work, spiritual life balance, of trying to find the time. So putting aside the things that are fun for us to do and making time for the spiritual pursuits. Now, how this plays out, it's a variety of ways. One way with me, how it plays out is I have, let's say, a class that I want to take, and I need to set the time aside to take this class and to study, or I have a book that I have on a particular topic and I really need to read this book. And I say, okay, tonight I'm going to, from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, that's what I'm going to do. And about 10 minutes till 7, I start finding everything possible that I can do to put off doing the study that I need to do. And this is a real challenge. And a lot of people do this. So it's not about finding the time. It's about consciously making the time. One more thing on this. I'm going to go back to the Sire of Wands for a second. The Sire of Wands is also a parent. It's a parent. And you'll notice there was a young dragon there with him. And what about your role as a parent, or your role as a mentor, or is there a younger person or new on the spiritual path around you that really could use some guidance? Are you stopping and making the time to help them? Now, if you're a parent and you're working constantly to make ends meet, it's hard to spend time with your family. And if you go out in public, you see families having dinner all the time. What are they doing? Every one of them is on their phone. They're not talking to each other. They have their own little worlds going on. And if you have chosen to incarnate at this time to help people evolve and to grow and ascend, it begins with your family first. So this could be an area where you may be struggling, is making the time to actually help your children. On planes, we're told all the time, put your mask on first before that of your children. Well, it's kind of that way in the spiritual path that you're on. If you don't stop and take the time to help your own family, there could be a challenge there, and probably you feel bad about that, maybe, perhaps, I don't know, but that's an area. So the Sire of Wands is a parent, and he's there to help his children, or as a result ends up helping his grandchildren as well, because the work you do now helps the next generation as well. So are you placing work before your family? Something to consider. If you've been receiving the downloads and transmissions and upgrades, you have to ask yourself why. What's the purpose for those? Well, it's time to put that into practice and just start working with it. Make the time if you can. So one option for moving forward, and this is the 8 of Pentacles. And this is where you draw on the skills that you already have. You have a lot of knowledge, more than you probably realize. Again, all those downloads, you've been receiving things, and maybe you don't remember what they are, but I really firmly believe that what is going to happen is when you step out there in faith and you start working towards something, that knowledge is going to flow right in. So it's there. It's not forgotten. You've been getting it, and it will come into play when you need it. So it's time to put that into practice. No one's perfect, ever. And the ones that tell you they're perfect, bless their hearts. But no one is perfect, and you're going to make mistakes, but at least you'll be doing something productive, and that's what matters. Mentors and teachers are not perfect. They're just present. They show up to be part of the learning process. And that's 99% of the challenge right there. So show up, be present. You've been blessed with a special set of skills and abilities. Use them in a creative way that works for you. Be authentic and set your intent to begin helping and instructing, and just start doing it. You'll learn and grow as you go. No growth comes from being stagnant or too fearful to try. Just give it a shot and see how it goes. So a potential outcome. This card is going to seem weird, but this is actually a good thing. Potential outcome is the Tower. You are going to create destruction and chaos. Way to go. Actually, that's not bad. There are many ways to look at this card. It could represent revolution, breaking down barriers of the old established rules and structure. That's okay. Freeing yourself from an age-old generational mindset. Again, thumbs up. But however you look at it, it does mean that a major arcana life change is coming as a result of your actions, if you choose to take action. If you do nothing, no life change. But if you do take action, great things can happen. So the Tower shows up when it's time for something to crumble and literally fall apart, to just destruct. Because once that's cleared out, something new starts to be built in its place. And that's what this is about. Out with the old, in with the new. All of your downloads and transmissions have been upgrading you, a new version of you. And so you need a whole new world around you as well, and different ways of thinking. And that's what the Tower does. Could you lose people? Yes. Could you be ridiculed? Well, when won't you be ridiculed? So yes, that's a given, but that's okay. You know, change comes through conflict. If there's no conflict of some sort, there's no reason to change. And it's just life as usual. And that's really not what we need anymore. Life as usual is not working, and people know that. It's time for a change. And that's where the Tower can show up as the potential outcome, meaning you will make a difference and something new will come as a result of your actions. So that's great. It's time to begin building that something new, and you are possibly being called to do that in the area where you are. So you probably already have felt this, or you know there's something you're being called to do. You're just kind of putting it aside. So if you've been waiting for a sign, here's your sign. It's the Tower. It's time to come out in something brand new. The Tower also could represent your own fears, your own mindset. You've been very afraid, saying, I'm not ready for this. I don't have what it takes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not this. I'm not that. You weren't called to be any of those things. You were called to be you, and you were given this information specifically in a way that you can use. And when you step out and do this, you'll find it's going to be beautiful. So don't worry about that. So I didn't want to leave you on the Tower card, because that would just be kind of a lame thing to do. So I wanted to pull one more to get kind of a little more insight into that. And this is the Two of Wands. And this card depicts the dragon spinning the earth there. And the dragon has the earth because it shows that it's there for them to do with as they please. It's like receiving the world card or something. You can do anything you want there. It's all at your disposal. And there's two wands, and the wands represent the heart and the mind. And so the Tower moment and the change that takes place is bringing all this into balance together to step forward for what you want to create and the things that you want to make changes on. All the elements are balanced, and they're at the dragon's disposal to pull together for what they want to create. It's the same for you. You can do that. Also in this card, you'll notice there's another dragon nearby flying around. So that shows that the main dragon, they're not alone. You're not either. You have all kinds of support flying around you on the other side, and also people on this side that are there to support you. A lot of people may not understand what you do, and they may ridicule you for it. But you know why they do that? Because they are too lazy to do anything themselves. It's easy to ridicule others that take action, when reality is They don't do anything themselves. They're like armchair spiritualists, sitting in their little armchair, all comfortable, shouting orders for everyone else. Meanwhile, they're too lazy to even get out of the chair. Don't worry about them. They'll stay where they are. They're not going to make any changes, and they'll just ridicule you, but it's just words. It doesn't matter. You have action behind you. You have the wands. You can create something new. All of this is divinely timed and it's planned. You've been prepared for this. So step forward with confidence. Use that dragon energy to stand your ground. Speak your truth. Be impeccable with your word and just embrace what is being presented to you. This is about the journey, not about the destination. I hope these cards speak with you and that they help you as you move forward with these changes that are coming. Thank you so much for following me on the metaphysical journey, and I hope you have an amazing November the 11th. Bye.